Welcome back to the Leader Podcast.
So glad to have you guys.
Glad you guys are here.
Comment down below. Do you think there's real liquid in our cups? And whose? Like, both of ours? Just his, just mine? Neither of ours.
There was a super tell in the last episode that if you were paying attention, you'd know the answer to that.
Yeah, which because I have an editor now, it's going to be linked right here at the top of the screen. It's called the card feature editor.
Oh, look at that. Bougie.
So we're going to do a giveaway as well as a leader shout out roulette.
Okay, great.
So
whoever it lands on, we're going to shout out and then we're going to give them something.
Yeah.
All right.
So
who's in the queue?
Everyone whose name is in here that you can see on screen if you're watching on YouTube. If not, you're just going to have to trust us. We're pastors. We get paid not to lie. All of these people are registered adults going to summer camp.
Oh, come on.
So these
OGs,
people are,
they are all in.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you have no
Not
idea.
to shame the rest of you, but to shame the rest of you a little bit.
Yeah,
if
I need my own bed. Which, in fairness, you all will get your own bed.
Hey, remind me. I wanna announce something on the podcast before we get out of here. Don't let me forget about summer camp and leaders not going.
Announce it right now.
Okay. You don't know about it, so
I don't care.
Okay, Nick might choose to belay this order, but we are going to invite all of our Connect Group leaders who are not going to summer camp to join us Saturday night for dinner and programming.
Why the crap would I belay that?
Okay, well, because
that's amazing.
Not because they shouldn't come, but maybe a different night. But I was like Saturday night. Saturday night's the night. It's Saturday night's.
That's the fire night.
That's what I thought. So okay, so Saturday night, you heard it here first because I just thought of it first, right here. All Connect Group leaders, all student ministry volunteers are invited to join us for summer camp. Now, here's the catch.
Okay.
You have to RSVP.
Yeah.
Because I have to give a list of names, and I do have to pay for you to be there for that one night. And so if you're coming, I have to know by May 8th.
How can they...
Oh, wait a minute. When's this going to air?
It'll air
I can change
May 5th.
the date.
May 5th.
I'll change the date.
No, it's perfect.
Okay,
How
great.
can they RSVP? Are we going to create a form?
We will actually just put it in the leader group me.
Okay. We'll create an event called Connect Group Leader.
And if you're going to camp already, you don't have to RSVP. This is just for leaders who are not coming as volunteers.
Yeah.
If you would like to come, have dinner Saturday night with your Connect Group and then join us for programming or not, more than welcome to. We'd love to have you guys be a part of just that one moment.
So
we'd love to have you be a part of all the moments.
Saturday, May 31st is the night at camp that everyone's invited. May 31st.
May 31st.
Dinner and the evening session.
Yes.
So show up between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Session usually starts around 7.
We'll have the official time in the link when you RSVP.
Nice. That's fun.
Yeah. Great.
So everyone whose name is in here, sign up for camp. And what they're going to do is they're going to win a camp survival pack. So we're going to...
a personal, one for them.
Yes. So they'll get whatever we decide.
Yeah, okay, great.
And we'll put it in the leader workroom for you, but because you're going to
comment
camp,
below what you think ought to be, if you're watching on YouTube, comment below what you think ought to be included in that.
Yeah,
if you've ever
what
been
is
to camp.
necessary for the camp survival pack?
Love it.
What would you put in your camp survival pack?
Oh, Skittles to start with. That would be the very first thing. Yeah, because my body's already so destroyed. Who cares what
Let
I
me
put
tell
on
you
the
something.
inside?
At Lake Lavon, you're going to need something that grows on a tree.
Yeah. Remember last year when we ordered all the fruit and then left it all here?
I do.
That was a sad day.
I do. Can I tell you why I remember that?
I know why.
All right. And the winner of the camp survival pack goes to none other than...
Lindsay Staples. All right, Lindsay. Your camp survival pack will be in the leader workroom.
And leader shout out roulette.
Yes.
Why are we shouting out Lindsay? What does she do and what has she done?
Well, first of all, Lindsay serves every other week in check-in.
Yeah.
Does a great job welcoming our students, but we're shouting her out because she's also a recruiter.
She recruited her husband. That's what's up.
Yeah. So good job, Lindsay.
Yeah. And
Appreciate
hopefully
you.
he stays for more than just camp.
Oh, I'm just going to sign him up, not tell him. He's just going to start getting invites.
I like that. I like that. All right, so we're in this little series, Relational Ministry.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about that last week in last week's episode. This week, I want to talk specifically about the art of active listening. Why is that such a crucial component when it comes to relational youth ministry?
I was listening.
I asked you a question. Now it's time to answer.
I was really
There are social cues to this too.
I mean, let's talk about some social cues first. That's actually really good. Like, somebody's listening when they're looking you in the eye.
You mean on their phone?
Well,
no.
We're not talking
about the eye.
Who talks about. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like if you're like.
Yeah, I was like, 100%. Yeah. Sorry. I was like, who uses their phone to
talk
anymore?
I'm so bad at that. Yeah. Like, I'll be like on my phone, like,
listen,
because we'll be texting it during the thing. Like,
it is a thing. I have pet peeves. You asked me a long time ago when we were very first interviewing. You were interviewing with me moons ago. You're like, what are your pet peeves? I was like, I don't really have any pet peeves. And since then, I've developed a manifesto.
I just tell you,
lots of pet peeves.
That's one of your pet peeves. That's one of your pet peeves. Yeah. That's one of your pet.
Let me tell you, iPhone watches. What are they called?
iWatch?
Apple Watch. Apple Watch. I was like, it's not right. I don't know. There's a word. I hate Apple Watches because I'll be in an active conversation with somebody and like, why do we need? Why don't we just start downloading text directly to our brain?
And they're like,
oh yeah, for sure. I'm thinking of somebody very specifically right now. It drives me crazy. Me. So yeah, because you don't have it. So eye contact is crucial. Mm-hmm. Things like nodding. Mm-hmm. Got it.
I do the when I'm interviewing on a podcast, and I have to go back and cut out my track of the because I'm like, no one cares about my
yeah, your assent to what I'm saying.
But that is my attempt to be active in my listening.
There are social cues that matter, right? So if you're looking away, I was watching a television show the other day, and the guy was having a full-on conversation, and the other guy was like, would you turn around and look at me? The guy was like having a deep conversation with him. He's looking out the window. Yeah. So sometimes, let's just confess, eye contact can be hard. Mm-hmm. Like if a kid's sharing a hard conversation with you, which is going to be in a podcast coming up, like sometimes it's hard to look them in the eye, but eye contact matters.
And when you're an active listener, especially in a context like a connect group or a grow group, it's going to lead to better conversations later.
For sure.
Because maybe what they say and what you hear, if you're not thinking, if you're actually actively listening, you're not thinking about what's coming next.
Correct.
A lot of times when we're listening, or let's rephrase it, when we should be listening but the other person's talking, we're not actually listening. We're just formulating what to say next. Mm-hmm. That's not actually a recipe for a good conversation.
It's not active listening for sure. It's definitely passive. The words are going in and out, but your brain is focused somewhere else. So how do you actively listen as a connect group leader? You have prepped. You're not walking in, pulling like question by question by question. Because if you're able to actively listen and manipulate the guide where you're like, I'm going to jump down here to question 7 because of the way that conversation went. And then I'm going to bounce back up here to question 3 because of what you knew the guide, you knew the path, and that's not going to throw you off. If you didn't prep, you're looking at it and you're trying to listen, but you're not really listening. So you're losing eye contact because you got your
guide
face
in
your page, right? And I just want to lovingly push on this a little bit. If you're not looking at these questions until you walk in the room, there's no way you're active listening. Because if
you're not realizing Matthew 5:0 is probably a typo before Sunday morning,
at least by Sunday morning before you walk in the room, and that's part of it. Sometimes there are typos, but the other piece of it is we often try to write those questions to elicit more relational responses. We're not writing questions to say, what road was Paul on when he went blind?
The road to Damascus.
We're asking, if you went suddenly blind and thought you heard a voice out of heaven, what would your first response be?
Yeah.
Like, we want them to be putting themselves in the place of the people that they're learning about or talking about. And you can't elicit a good response when your face is in your page. So please, 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 watch the video before you come and look at the guide.
Or come on Wednesday and listen to the message.
Or you could also
be
here
on Wednesday. You don't have to go watch the video.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the other, a key component of active listening is if you are going to formulate a response while the other person's talking, it should be a question that draws out more response, not an answer.
Yeah.
Because often we don't hear what the person's saying. There have been multiple times in our friendship where you've said a thing and I'd say, can you say that to me another way? Because I either didn't get it, I was pretty sure that what I heard was not what you were trying to say. So asking follow-up questions before you offer some kind of response is important, even if that's just, so let me tell you what I heard. I heard you say blank, and give them a chance to either reframe what they said or go, yep, you got it. And then you can move forward with your response.
Yeah, and if you think about it, like Jesus, when he was asked a question, would 9 times out of 10 respond with another question.
Yeah. Is that an official stat? Like for real? 9 times out of 10?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Good. I was wondering.
But more than we do. We like to be the answer people, especially in a youth ministry context. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons some people don't even want to serve in youth ministry, because they feel like they have to have all the answers. But I mean, Jesus would get a question and he'd respond with a question.
Yeah.
Like, and why is that effective? Because it makes the other person think.
Yeah. Which is the goal.
Yeah, the goal is not for you to get in there and help show a 7th grader how deep your knowledge is.
Bigger ears, smaller mouth.
Yeah.
And,
to be cliche, but God gave you 2
ears and 1 mouth. Yeah. And also, listen, like, I recently talked to one of our leaders who was stepping into the 6th grade guys group. And let's be fair. Like, of all the people that we do youth ministry with, 6th graders can be some of the hardest to have conversations with, because we're writing guides that are eliciting abstract thought, and they're not
like a 10th grader.
Right. They're not abstract thinkers yet. And so this leader was talking to me about active listening. They didn't know they were talking to me about that, but about active listening, and just was a little surprised at how easy it was to be talking less than 50% of the time.
Yeah.
And if you are actively listening with people in your group and guiding the discussion, it's not hard to get to that.
Even the 6th graders.
You just have to try. If you can do it with 6th graders, you can literally do it with anybody.
Yep, that's good. Yeah. Story time?
Story time.
Let's do it. Okay, so as you know, Ben is repaying punishments right now for not wearing his Thunder t-shirt on a Wednesday night. He got voted into having to take me to a Thunder game.
Yeah.
As the schedule would allow it.
Which can I just say, he begged for that to be one of the options, but then didn't think it all the way through.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to get it done.
You know what's crazy is I thought it all the way through. I was texting him. I was like, these are our options. Before the bracket, when we were in round 2, I was like, we're going to either need to...
It's because you wanted it to win so bad.
Yeah. I was like, we're either going to need to go to a Lakers game, which the Lakers are the most popular team in the sport, so the tickets are always more expensive no matter where you go. Or we're going to have to drive to Houston for an away game, which in hindsight, both that Houston game and that Laker game would have been the world's worst games to go to, because they lost, and that would have been 3 for 3 for me this year on Thunder games with losses in attendance.
People are going to start thinking you're a bad lecturer.
Yeah, I'm not going to anything in the playoffs, I'll tell you that.
Like the Taylor Swift of football.
And so the tickets were a little expensive, in the $400 range, which if you have access to Mavs tickets, if the Thunder and Mavericks are playing in a series, I don't know when we're filming this, but if you do, let us know. So
Michaela, Ben's wife, was very appreciative that we did not make him buy $400 tickets to take you to the game.
So we settled for a watch party on the last game of the season, which is like the worst games of all time, the last game of the season, because it's just weird stuff happens. Yeah. And it was also the night of worship, which Ben had responsibilities for.
So he's only going to be there for like 4 minutes.
So the party started at 2.
So Ben lost and I planned the party, let's be honest.
The party started at 2. The game started at 2:40 and Ben left at 2:53. He left before even a half of the first quarter was over. He left when it was 6 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock.
Oh my goodness.
And one of our students who RSVP'd was not there yet.
Yes.
And everyone was like, where are you? Where are you?
Yeah.
And he finally shows up midway. Like, he actually shows up at halftime. And we had ordered, let's say, too many chicken wings. Not wings, tenders. Chicken tenders.
Math didn't work for me that day. And I ordered 150 chicken tenders for 8 people.
Well, we pivoted because two pizza places wouldn't fulfill our order.
Well, yeah, but let's be honest. Now that we had the chicken tender debacle, it's probably because I was ordering too much. I don't even know.
Well, I heard one place call you. They're like, is this a real order? So anyway, while unnamed student was on their way to your house, we made an agreement with all the students that were there. Say, How about however many points the Thunder are winning by the time they get here, they are punished by having to eat that many chicken tenders.
Yeah, for not showing up on
Which
time.
the chicken tenders were like this big.
They
weren't like
they weren't
nuggets.
the pansy ones. They were big boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so unnamed student A had to walk in and eat 15 chicken tenders.
Oh my gosh.
Did he or she eat
5 chicken breasts? I don't know. When I looked over there, that person had gotten through half their pile. And I say pile because they brought their plate out and it was literally stacked this high with chicken tenders. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they got at least half of them down.
More than half.
Yeah.
But at the halfway mark, they're like, I'm at the halfway mark. They're like, the second half's gonna be way worse than the first.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh man. Should we crash land this thing?
Let's crash it.
See you guys.
Love y'all.